President Trump's bold and visionary leadership and his commitment to peace through strength, Iran's nuclear ambitions have been obliterated. Many presidents have dreamed of delivering the final blow to Iran's nuclear program, and none could until President Trump.
Well, good Sunday morning to you all, and welcome into your news at 10. I'm Ashley Jones. Well, you just heard from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth discussing Saturday's bombing of Iranian nuclear sites during a news conference at the Pentagon in Virginia this morning. Hegseth was joined by Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane. General Kane gave details on the military operation codenamed Operation Midnight Hammer, which involved over 125 aircraft.
At midnight Friday into Saturday morning, a large B-2 strike package comprised of bombers launched from the continental United States. As part of the plan to maintain tactical surprise, part of the package proceeded to the west and into the Pacific as a decoy. The main strike package, comprised of 7 B-2 Spirit bombers, each with 2 crew members, proceeded quietly to the east with minimal communications.
Well, Kane added that dozens of Tomahawk missiles were also launched at targets inside Iran as part of the operation. Battle damage assessment is still ongoing. Well, President Donald Trump posted on social media Saturday that military planes dropped bombs on 3 nuclear sites, one of them being the primary target because it's buried deep below ground. The military action came just a day after the president said he was giving Iran 2 weeks to negotiate an end to its nuclear program. Well, President Trump addressed the nation late last night following the airstrikes. The president described the strikes as a spectacular military success. He also said the Iranian nuclear facilities were totally obliterated. Trump says what happens next is up to Iran.
This cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill.
Well, sources say the U.S. told Iran through back-channel talks the strikes would be contained. The message is considered a signal that the Trump administration is looking for a diplomatic resolution to the conflict. Reactions to the strikes have been pouring in. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said President Trump's decision to strike Iran's nuclear sites would change history. Meanwhile, Iran's atomic agency condemned the attacks, calling them a blatant violation of international law. Meanwhile, Senator Tim Scott shared reaction on his X saying, quote, "Decisive American leadership. Americans in the world can thank President Trump for his courage to lead." And Representative Joe Wilson shared on X a statement saying in part, quote, "Ultimately, peace is achieved through deterrence and strength. Assad was warned in 2017. The Iranian regime was warned. War criminal Putin has been warned. President Trump will not hesitate to act when tested." And in Washington, conservatives are divided over the issue of the U.S. getting involved in the war against Iran. Our Washington correspondent Stetson Miller has details.
During his campaign, President Donald Trump promised to be a peacemaker, but today he's actively considering U.S. military involvement in Iran. And that's causing some outcry from some of his closest allies. Conservatives like Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene all have spoken out against U.S. involvement in Iran in recent days, arguing that such action is not in line with President Trump's America First promises.
What you're seeing is a major split inside the MAGA coalition over whether or not to go to war with Iran.
The Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft's Kelly Vallejo says the current discussion amongst conservatives about American military intervention in the Iran-Israel conflict shows clear, growing discontent within the MAGA coalition.
There are a number of people within that MAGA coalition who are saying, Trump, you promised us America first, and it doesn't really feel like America first when you are lurching us into an intervention in Iran. on behalf of Israel.
But other prominent conservatives appear to be more hawkish, like South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, who wrote on X, "Overwhelmingly, Americans view the Iran nuclear threat as existential to both the U.S. and Israel. Go all in, finish the job." The president said he will make his decision on U.S. involvement in Iran within 2 weeks. And during that time, some will likely continue to call for U.S. restraint, but perhaps not directly.
I think that there are a lot of folks out there who are taking this moment to try to convince Trump. And how are they doing it? It's not by attacking Trump head on. You're a fool. This is not what you promised us. But basically cautioning him. You're going to lose your base if you drag us into this war.
In Washington, I'm Stetson Miller.